guys, this is Jessica and welcome back to Coloring with Critters. It's been a little while since we've gotten to talk to each other or color together, and for that I do apologize. I have had a good reason for being busy and away from the computer. You guys have heard me mention my fiance Travis a few times, and even though I do call him my fiance, we had not been officially engaged. We had just been talking about getting married, and a couple months ago we actually did pick out a ring, but nothing was really official yet. And so over the course of the last week, he threw a lovely surprise party for me and asked me to marry him. And so I've been very preoccupied with that. I do have my ring now. Let me see if y'all can see. And so I've been very busy with thinking about wedding plans and so forth, but I am very glad to be back with you guys today just to show you a little bit of a haul video, because I've done more shopping that I should not have done, and I wanted to show you the few little things that I got and then chat with you guys just a little bit. I do have to take my dog Harvey to class later this evening in about an hour, so I may or may not get this up tonight, but I'm gonna try. I actually have a few walkthroughs and flip-throughs. I'm sorry, not a walkthrough, a flip-through of some books that I have already filmed and have not had a chance to upload. I'm sorry I said walkthrough, guys. I've been playing video games also a lot in the last week or two, and I always, look at walkthroughs to help me with the parts I'm having trouble with, because I'm a cheater. Not even embarrassed to admit it. I'm not smart enough to figure out the puzzles sometimes. So that's why I said that. So anyway, let me show you guys what I got over the last week or so. First of all, I have these Mono Zero erasers, and these I think are made by Tombow. Yes, they're made by Tombow, and they're little teeny tiny little erasers that are really good for getting into the little small areas where you may need to erase. And as you can see, there's little teeny tiny erasers about this big, and there is also a pen in here, like a pen that they go into. And supposedly these are really nice. I haven't used them yet because, as you see, I just opened the package, but I hear very good things about them. So I look forward to having those to help me with my mini oopsises. I also got these Signo white gel pens. These are supposed to be really good for putting highlights on things. I've been trying to use the Sakura white jelly roll, and it just doesn't always go on right over my Prismacolors. I don't know if these will, but I'm willing to give them a try. I also got, these are very common, these lovely little Tagal pencil sharpeners. They have different settings, 5 of them. They give you different types of point on your pencil. They're very neat. I like it a lot. I don't know if the blades are replaceable, but I certainly hope they are. Alright, now the part you really want to see, right, is the books. So, this is another book from Olga Goloveshkina, maybe I got it. She did the Mounts books that I showed in my other haul video. This one is called Enchanted Horses, and it is obviously going to all be horses. It's basically a very similar art style to her other books. There are a few really sort of complex pages like this one where there's a lot of detail to work on, but most of the pictures in here are actually rather simple, which I don't mind, because sometimes I want to do simple pictures because I don't really want to have to think too much. I'm not going to do full flip throughs, but I will let you guys kind of get a look. There's some of these just little words in the middle of the page. I'm not really very fond of those. Those are not the ones I really like to do. Some of the pictures are more complex, if that is what you want to do. But she also has some more simple artwork. I really like her style. She's really an interesting artist. Next, we have this new Jade Summer Baby Dragons book. I saw a flip through of this and I was so in love. It is so just adorable. This is so cute, okay? Like all of the Jade Summer books, there's 2 copies of each picture. It does come with a free PDF file if you would like to print them on your own pages. And they are reasonably simple pictures. The artist kind of reminds me of the one who did her Chibi books. Chibi Girls and the Chibi Horror Girls. I don't know that it's the same actual artist. Because Jade Summer, a lot of people think that's the artist. It's not. It's just the name of the company. I don't actually know who does their pictures. But I love this one. Just so cute. Even got the little robot dragon and just cute. I just really, really am excited. I think this will be cute in like maybe marker. You know, really bright, bright colors. Next, I have this book, Foxes and Fairies by Meredith Dillman. I'm actually not terribly familiar with this book. I don't believe that I've seen anybody else talk about it, or if I have, I don't remember it. And this is mostly a collection of her artwork that, it says Foxes and Fairies. Some of it is foxes, some of it is fairies, some of it's kind of random, but I do like the fox spirits, the kitsune, the Japanese fox spirits that are represented. I just think that's an interesting mythology that I've always thought was pretty neat. They're single-sided pages. It's create space paper like the others. I love this little fox. And then you have the fox lady. Reminds me of, you see characters like this in Japanese anime quite a lot, which I'm also a big anime fan. So that's probably why I went ahead and felt drawn to this picture. But there's also like just the fairies by themselves. You know, I think there's a mermaid. Like that's a lady with the foxes at her feet. I like that one. That's just a lady in a Japanese kimono type outfit. But it's a very cute book. I haven't worked in any of these yet, I don't think. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. This one, I know y'all have seen a million times, but I had to have it. The new Hannah Lynn Fairy Tale Princesses. I love this book. It is so adorable. I love Hannah Lynn. I love everything she does. So I won't show too much of this because I know you've already seen this book everywhere because it has gotten a ton of publicity lately. But I'm really excited to have it. This next book, I actually saw this book on Anne's channel at A Colorful Life. It is Love in the Anime World because, as I mentioned, I am an anime fan. It's a cute little book. The artist is Queenie Wong. My only objection is I think the lines are very light in some of the pictures, and I do wish that they were a little bit darker because it almost looks like they're faded. But that's okay, I mean, because it allows you to go in and do your own strong lines where you would like them to be. It has pictures of young girls, young ladies, couples, friends. It's just a cute little book. Next, and these other two are older books. This is the Fantasy and Fairy Tale coloring book in grayscale by Molly Harrison. I've had this on my Amazon list for a very long time. I just haven't gotten around to buying it and finally decided that the time was right and that I should go ahead and do it. So I went ahead and got it. This has to be some of the most beautiful artwork. It's a lot of just random fantasy stuff. There's some Alice in Wonderland stuff in here, obviously. She puts so many beautiful highlights in these photos, and they're so ethereal, and they're just gorgeous. She's so talented. She has this style that is a little more cartoonish than the other picture we looked at. They've all got these sort of big, beautiful, big eyes, like the Hannah Lynn girls do. I haven't worked in this one either, but I just think that she is such an incredibly talented artist. So that one is very exciting. And then last but not least, another very well-known and very talented artist, the Jasmine Beckett Griffith Fantasy Art Adventure book. Also a very well-known book, so I won't go into too much of it. It is very similar to the Halloween book that I showed you guys before. Extremely thick paper. Lots of these kind of goes back to that same big-eyed kind of look, only these girls are very creepy, quite a few of them at least. I feel like she does a lot of pictures that are sad, you know, where there's some hidden melancholy coming through the page. And it just makes me wonder about her brain. Like, she just must be the most interesting person, but also a person who maybe probably has some demons in her life that she has, you know, dealt with, or people close to her perhaps have dealt with. And she just seems like she would be a fascinating person to get to know. Her creativity is just spectacular. So that's all of the stuff oh no, wait, I forgot. I did buy a couple of other small things. This is glycerin. I saw this on Anne's channel also. It's good for when you're working with gel pens. You can dip a paintbrush in this and use it to smear your gel colors. I haven't tried it yet, but it looked really easy when Anne did it. And I got a cute new stencil for clouds, because I know they're simple, but I can't draw them. And then last but not least, I had to get a new coloring wheel. And this is just a simple one from Hobby Lobby. Mine disappeared and it was gone, and I looked all over. I got down on my hands and knees under the desk. I moved things. I just couldn't find it anywhere. And so I went out and I bought it, and I got home and I was showing Travis that I had bought a new color wheel. And he says, "Hey honey, is this your old color wheel right here?" And apparently it had fallen off of one of my little shelves into a box that is beside that shelf that has dog toys in it. And it had made it all the way to the bottom of these dog toys. And I guess the last time the dogs were rooting around in it at some point in the day, they had finally uncovered it where it was visible. So no sooner did I buy it than I found my old one, because that's the kind of luck we have, right? So that's what I have been up to shopping-wise. I have been coloring. I've got a couple of works in progress that I'm doing right now. I am still working on this color chart book that I showed you guys. I have made it through, my Prismas and my Polychromos pencils. I still need to do my Derwent Color Softs and all of my markers and all of my gel pens. But I have to tell you guys, I love this book. I mean, it's so cool to just have it all in this nice, neat little, you know, easy to reference sort of way. I mean, you can do the same thing in a binder. I just think it's kind of neat to have my own book like this. It's just fun. Let's see what else I have to show you guys. This is my current work in progress, which I'm going to work on just a little bit while we talk. Don't know how long I have, because Travis will be home from work quite soon. And as soon as he comes home, all of the dogs are going to lose their minds and start barking up a storm. And he'll want to tell me about his day and such. I can tell you what he didn't do today. You know, not that I'm mad, because accidents happen and we forget. But the way our morning chores are set up is that when I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I go feed the horses and the goats and the pigs. And whenever he wakes up, which is a couple of hours later, he goes ahead and lets the horses out of the barn and feeds the dogs and the cats, which is fine. It's a great division of labor. Well, I don't know what happened this morning. I'm sure he was very tired. But he forgot to turn the horses out of the barn. So I came home at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and found all my horses still in the barn. They've been in there all day. They're very angry. Of course, it doesn't hurt them any. I mean, they have water and everything, you know. But it's just, they're full of energy now, and they would like to have been outside running amok and getting into trouble. So that was our adventure for the day. In other horse-related news, I finally got my new custom saddle that I had ordered about 3 months ago. I'd had to send it back one time when it first came in because they had made a mistake. But I finally got it in. It's beautiful, beautiful saddle. I'm very happy with it. And I also decided that I wanted to buy some new leg wraps for my horse. They wear these leg wraps to help protect their tendons and you know, their legs from various things that can happen when they're racing. We call them boots. We call them sports medicine boots. So I decided that I wanted to get some more and to go with a different color scheme. My stuff that I had a black saddle pad that had like a brown and black and white tricolor cow print on the edges of it. And then all my leg wraps were just black and white. Just, you know, they had patterns, but there was no color. Sorry guys, can't talk right now. So I decided that I felt like being colorful. And so I found a pair of leg wraps that I absolutely loved. And I had to buy them used because it was a limited edition pattern that they're not making anymore. But I did find a very good used pair, and I got them. And the reason I'm bringing them up is because they're the inspiration for my color palette here. And when I actually upload this video, I am going to stop and I'm going to put a picture of my horse Jagger in his new leg wraps so you can see what a very pretty color they are and where I got this inspiration from. He's a little bit of a fuzzy little mud monster right now because we've had tons of rain, and he is in the process of trying to shed his winter coat, so he looks a mess. He looks a mess. I haven't gotten to take him to any races in the last 3 months because of weather and other obligations, but we are supposed to at least go practice Thursday, tomorrow. So I hope I get to do that. That'd be really nice. We certainly need it. We're both out of shape. I'm doing all right, though, in terms of fitness. I have been exercising. I also I've touched before on the fact that I'm trying to lose some weight. I have a wedding dress that I need to fit into that is too small for me right now. Now, you're not married, so why do you have a wedding dress, Jessica? Somebody just asked. Well, this is kind of a sad story, and I think I've referenced it before. If not, forgive me. I was kind of sort of married about 5 years ago. And what I mean by that is that when I was, well, it's been 10 years now. I was 25 at the time. When I was 25, I had met a wonderful man, fell madly in love. We moved in together, bought a house together, in fact, all that stuff. And we had kind of been common law married for about 3 years when we decided that we wanted to become legally married. You know, we both wanted to do that, so he proposed to me, and we began to plan a wedding. And I went out and I bought a very beautiful dress that I really loved. And about 4 months before the wedding was supposed to happen, I came home and found that he had passed away. Quite unexpectedly. He had a blood clot that we didn't know about, and apparently it had gone to his lungs, and it killed him, which was a really terrible experience. And so if you are a person out there in the world who has ever lost your partner, or anyone, but especially a partner, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And especially when it is an unexpected loss, it's like just having the whole world taken away from your, you know, out from under your feet, like walking off a cliff, you know, and then realizing there's no ground underneath you. So I've had this dress, and I decided that rather than selling this beautiful dress that I hadn't gotten to wear, that I would just have it preserved. So I had it put into a sealed box, you know, and wrapped up nice and neat so that it would last, because I didn't know if I'd marry again, when I'd marry again, what have you. So Travis and I have now been together 2.5 years, and it's time now to talk about, you know, getting married. And so I could go buy a new dress, but I just feel that financially it's a very big expenditure, and I do already have a dress that I like quite a lot. And if I can manage to lose, oh gosh, I could probably lose 20 pounds and get into it. 30 would be better, but 20 would definitely, I think, get me in it. Then I feel like I'd rather wear the dress that I already have, just because I never got to wear it before. So that's my plan right now. So I've been taking my diet very, very seriously. I've always had an up and down weight issue. I would, you know, I've never, let me rephrase that. I was going to say something, then I realized I was wrong. When I was young, I was never a super heavy person, but I would gain and lose. You know, I'd get a little heavier and then I'd lose it off back and forth as I grew. I got very small in high school, got down to around 120 pounds. And then after high school, I gained quite a lot of weight and got up to around 245 pounds at one point. I eventually lost that weight too, got back down to maybe 135 or so. But then over the course of about the last 3 years, I've popped back up to about 180. And I'm, not happy that I did that. I've got a lot of really cute clothes that don't fit, and I don't want to go buy new ones. So anyway, right now, I have decided that, this is as good a time as any to deal with this. And I've been a little frustrated because I'm like, wow, I'm really trying hard. I'm counting my calories, but I just don't have any willpower. And so I end up eating more calories than I really should. And I know it's more than I really should, So I decided that I was going to do an experiment of sorts. And what I decided to do was I stopped taking all of my unnecessary medications. I probably was taking 5 or 6 different prescription medications for various ailments. And I am noticing that I'm not taking the medicines, there's no doubt. However, in 1 week of not taking them, I've lost 7 pounds. And so I have a suspicion that at least one of those medications may have been making me hungry. And since none of those medications are life-threatening, they're all just for, minor issues and such, I'm going to stop taking them for a little while and just see if this helps me. And then I may take them back, start working them back in one medication at a time to try and figure out which medicine was causing me to gain the weight. Because I started taking several of them at once. And I'm really not sure which one caused me to have this issue. So my statement for you is that if you are a person who would like to lose weight and you feel as though you're struggling, please look into the medications you're taking. So many of them have side effects that we don't realize that they have. And it could be causing you to be hungry all the time. It may not be, I don't want to say it's not your fault, because I think that, even if we're hungry, I guess, some people have things going on physically where they literally can't lose weight. Like, that's just, their body doesn't do that. No matter if they starved themselves, they wouldn't lose weight. And so that's a thing. But if you know that your weight is being caused because you are eating too much, and you're aware that you're eating too much, but you're just hungry, well, sometimes that can be the medicine causing that. And so in that case, it's partly not your fault. It's partly the fact that you're genuinely hungry, and that's really stressful. It's hard to be hungry and not eat. At least it is for me. I love food. But I have been eating very healthy in the last, about a week or so, and the weight's just falling off me. And the last time I lost weight, it was a very similar type of situation. I didn't stop taking any medicines, but when I lost the weight, it came off quickly. Like, I held on to it for a really long time, and then it all came off really quick. For some reason, that is just how my body works. And so my message to my friends out there in coloring land is everybody's body is different. And the most important thing is that you love yourself and that you love the skin you're in. But if losing weight is something that you want to do for either your health or for your own vanity, for lack of a better word, because I don't mean that in a negative way. I do it partly for vanity. I think I look better when I'm slimmer. If that's something that is important to you for whatever reason, yes, do your research. Yes, listen to what the experts have to say. But remember that no matter what these experts say about your body, they don't live in your skin. They can sit here and tell you all day long that this is why you're gaining weight. And you can argue with them till you are blue in the face. But you know your body. You know what's normal. You know what's going on. And some of that quote unquote good dieting advice may not work for you. Your body may not have read that particular essay or book that says it's supposed to work. So if everything conventional has not worked, try something unconventional. I've read a lot of pieces of advice that, for me, do not work. They may work for you. They may work for this person over here or that person over there. But they don't work for me, and I've tried them, and I know that, and I know the things that do work, in general, for me. One of the most common things is people will say, don't weigh yourself every day. That will upset you. The water weight will, offset your viewpoint of what's going on with your weight. And I am so sure that for some people that is true. I struggle with that. For me to watch my weight and maintain it and not do poorly, I need to see every day what I weigh. Maybe it's the number is good, maybe the number is bad. If the number is good in my mind, then it encourages me to keep doing what I'm doing. If it is bad, it reminds me to double my efforts before the 2 pounds that I've gained turns into 10. And so for me, that works. And when I gained weight this last time, one of the things that happened is I stopped weighing myself. And that was obviously not good advice for me. Some people can concentrate on their food choices. They don't really have to count calories. They can just, eat more vegetables or eat more chicken or whatever it is. My mother, anytime she wants to drop 5 pounds, she does the low carb thing. She'll do it for a week and the weight falls off. Doesn't work for me. Works for her really well. So try different things and find out what works for your body, and do not get depressed. And I'm preaching, should be preaching to myself about this, because I do get depressed over things like that. But I don't want anybody else to. If other people are out there, do not be like Jessica and get upset over things like this, because there is way more important things in the world. There is family and friends and, just coloring. There's coloring, and the coloring books, they don't care what you weigh. But as colorists, we do have to take into account the fact that we have a hobby that is sedentary by definition. And I think Nisi talked about this on one of her videos over at the Dollar Diva, that what we do is, it's a lot of time sitting. And we do have to think about that and account for it. So if you're going to be spending a lot of time sitting, and if you are capable of physical activity, because I know several people aren't, they color because they may have some type of a disability type situation where being up and about is not something they can do easily, or they have a medical condition that is keeping them in the bed, whatever the case may be. But if it is possible for you to do so, after you spend this time coloring and you've been sitting here, get up and go walk around the house, walk outside, turn on some music, do something for you. And I'm going to let that be my last piece of advice for today, because the dogs are telling me that Daddy is home. And I know he's about to burst through the door and just set them all to going nuts. So until I can make another video, thank you for being with me today. I did reach my 100 subscriber mark. Thank you guys so much. You are wonderful. It means so much to me that I have hit that 100 subscribers. I just have no words for how flattered and amazed I am. All of you who comment on my videos, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love your comments. I will try very hard to respond to them if I see them. Every now and then it takes me a day or two to notice them, because I don't check my email as regularly as I should when I'm busy. But thank you so much for your support. You guys are wonderful. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please think about it. Like the video. I know I'm the worst to forget to hit the like button no matter how much I like a video, because once the video is over, I've gone on to something else and I just forget to hit that little button. But it does make a difference in the search engines, in their algorithms to determine which videos show up and so forth. So if you think about that, that would surely mean a lot to me. In the meantime, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful week and enjoy your own coloring projects. Feel free to comment below, and I'll see you guys next time.